I hope you all are doing great. So, today we are going to talk about handling worry and stress. So, we are doing this 7-day series on understanding emotions. Till now, we have spoken about guilt, shame, anger, anxiety, and today we are going to talk about worry and stress. Hello, hi Meenakshi. Hello everyone. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. So, how do we handle worry and stress in our daily lives? It's a question that a lot of us ask ourselves, that how do we take it forward in a better way in our lives. So, before we go further on this topic and dig deeper into it, let's first understand what it means to have worry and stress. And we already have had this discussion on anxiety, and today's topic is very much interlinked to anxiety. Now, are these different terms interconnected with each other? So we need to understand that in many ways, worry, stress, anxiety, they have a lot of similarities. However, they also have some key differences. So what are those key differences? What worry is basically, it is short term. The same goes for stress. Worry is more mental. Stress is something which is more physiological, and anxiety is a mix of both of these things, physiological as well as mental things which come together, right? Now, because worry is short term, stress is short term, it's more situational is in nature, it's more fleeting in nature. It is something which comes as you encounter a situation where the stress comes up because you have to do something in that situation, maybe something different, maybe something which is stressful, maybe something which brings change in your life, any kind of change in your life. Just a moment, guys. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so bringing any kind of change in our lives, and any kind of change for human beings is stressful, and it's something that we don't like. Humans don't like change at all. So when we encounter with a situation like this, we feel stressful, we feel worried, and that's a very normal emotional, mental, physiological response that any of us would get. However, when it comes to anxiety, it is a feeling, it is an emotion which is more lingering in nature. It's something which is more intense in nature. It stays for a longer period of time. It stays in your body, in your mind, and it doesn't go away so easily. And it is basically, let's suppose worry or stress or a situation like that externally has triggered your anxiety. However, your anxiety is something which intensifies your worry or stress. It makes, in Hindi, as we say, rai ka pahad. So anxiety is something where we make rai ka pahad. Worry and stress is something which is the rai, right? So basically, जब वो राई का पहाड़ बनने लग जाता है, it becomes anxiety. But when a situation comes in our life, we handle the situation, we figure out a way how to handle the situation, and we deal with it. It comes more in the arena of worry or stress. However, at times we could be, have this intense worry where we are, getting stretched with the situation. It's not getting resolved so fast, and all of those things still are normal responses, because your mind, your body is still figuring out how to bring back that normal situation, and to come to a point where there's a, let's suppose you're here and you have to go here, and for you to go from here to here, there will be some transition. Slowly you'll move from there, and it will take your body and your mind also to catch up with it. So that's what happens, and when you reach here and this becomes your normal space, then this becomes your normal, and your worry and your anxiety go away. So basically, worry and stress are something which are more linked to the present or something, some actions which you need to take, something that you need to do, something in the future, more related to present and future. Something that you can actually take actions about. It's not like you are bringing way too many stuff and exaggerating it. It's like you are understanding the situation, you are aware of the situation, and you see how you are going to deal with it, or maybe you don't know how you're going to deal with it, but you're still on your way to figure it out. Now, it's more rational in nature. However, anxiety is more irrational in nature. Anxiety could have all the past, present, future kind of things included in it, but the past thoughts, past accumulated stored emotions make it something different from worry or stress. So that is where the main difference comes between worry or stress and anxiety. So it brings, the past accumulation together, and that's why the problem becomes way bigger. Worry or stress does not come internally. It's something which is triggered by an external situation. However, anxiety is something which can be external in the first place or could be internal, but later on it definitely converts into something which is getting internalized and which is like intense and coming from the core of you, right? So that's like a basic difference between worry or stress and anxiety. And all of these things of course have a lot of overlapping scenarios which are included in each other. So if in case any of you have not watched my video on anxiety, I would request you guys to have a look on that and see the points that I've shared over there. And if this is something which is happening with you and you're always in that anxious mode, then it's not just worry, it's something more that needs to be resolved. Worry and stress also need to be resolved, but if they are more than situational and you've started adding on to things with what is naturally situational, naturally rational, then it is something that needs to be seen and resolved. So that's the difference, and that is something that needs to be seen. One more difference that comes into picture is that worry or stress do not usually impair your daily life. It does not interfere with your daily life too much. However, if you are in a state of conscious anxiety, it makes you dysfunctional. It starts impacting your daily life, and you would be requiring way more efforts to focus. In case of having a situation in our lives where the worry becomes intense or the worry becomes stressful, yet it is something when comes to resolution, we are able to resume our normal daily life. However, when it comes to anxiety, from the same moment itself, it starts impacting our daily lives. So now the question comes that how do we handle our worry or stress? So the first thing about handling your worry or stress is to first recognize whether it is just worry or stress, or it has an element of added prolonged anxiety in it. Because if it is something which is prolonged, which is ongoing, which you are not, which is something which has become very ambiguous, very vague for you, and you are not able to see things clearly, you are clouded, you're like losing your numb, you're not able to feel, and it has reached that space, then the first awareness needs to come that is it just worry or stress, which is situational, which is rational, which is about the present, something that you need to do, or it is something more than that. If it is more than that, then that thing needs to be seen. However, if it is just situational, then you need to see that there could be two different things happening over there. One is a regular form, a daily form of stress or worry that happens to us. So I'll talk about that first. It's very natural, it's very normal. In fact, I would say that stress and that little bit of worry that we have is something that pushes us out of the bed in the morning. which makes us carry out the day, which makes us take tough projects, which makes us do all of these things. So a little bit of this is important. And also there is something which pushes us, motivates us. In fact, there is a little bit of feeling of excitement in it, is what is eustress. However, when we start clinging on to it, we start being worried excessively about it, and we are getting triggered and we don't know how to resolve the situation, or rather than focusing on resolving, we focus too much on that why this thing has arrived, why me, why this happens with me, and we have started getting in the arena of closer to anxiety. Then it starts becoming de-stress, because we have started adding now unnecessary things to it. So the first thing, you recognize this daily life stress. Everybody goes through it, you, me, everybody in the world. It is important, it is needed for us. And if it goes a little bit more than the minimal level, then we need to see, we could be having stressful life. Maybe you have kids, maybe you have stressful work schedule at times, maybe your work schedule is not the same every single day, so you have to wake up late at night or wake up early in the morning. So any of these things which come up, it's very important that you bring awareness to what are the things which are a priority in your life, and how you are going to integrate your work, and how you're going to integrate your other things in your life, your social life, your family life, your time with your spouse, your kids, your health, and how you can, in a playful way, in an optimal way, bring all of these things together, so that you can make the best out of it. And there is a possibility that not all days are going to be the same. You will not be able to maintain the routine very properly, and that's why it's important that you know the priorities straight. So prioritization, having that clarity of prioritization direction is very, very, very important. Prepare yourself in the way, mentally. So build your confidence, boost your confidence, and you can maybe learn new skills, or maybe you can start digging deeper into the space, that what are the things that I need to do, which are required for me to deal with anything that's causing the worry better. What are the things that I can do for it, and start taking those actions. Self-care is very important. Daily life, regular self-care is very important. Your sleep, the food you eat, the kind of body movement you do, the way you maintain your lifestyle, little bit of all of these things multiply the impact of how you take on your day, and changing your mindset towards stress, towards worry, so that the moment something comes up, rather than falling into the space of procrastination, falling into the space of over analyzing, falling into the space of over worrying, getting overstressed and all that, you develop this mindfulness that this is something which has come up, which is new for me. There's something that I can learn from this situation, because anyway I have to deal with this situation. There is no point of procrastinating or crying about it. So now let me take this as a challenge, let me take this as a new opportunity for me to grow and do something of it. Is nervousness a byproduct of anxiety, or there is a difference? Yes, nervousness is a byproduct of anxiety. Nervousness can also come up with worry and stress when there is a situation. Let's suppose you have got a new project at the workplace and you don't know anything about it. So it's very natural and normal to feel nervous. However, that nervousness is something that we can do something about. Whereas when we start going deeper in the intense forms of anxiety, then that nervousness also becomes pretty intense, and it's multiplied. So the only difference is in the difference of intensities. And right now, coming back to the point of managing daily life stressors, so preparing yourself, building your confidence, changing this mindset that you have rather than procrastinating or giving up or complaining, doing something about things and making sure that you take little bit of actions every single day to make yourself improve, make yourself better. Apart from that, focus on converting your distress to eustress, and see that how you can actually start enjoying these things a little more, little, right? It doesn't come up, like you can't go up on the scale all the way, in a day. However, there's still something that we can do every single day, right? So बूंद बूंद से घड़ा भरता है, तो ये सोचना है कि वो बूंद घड़े में जा रही है नहीं या नहीं, ये सोचने में कोई भी इट्स अगेन द परफेक्शनिस्ट मेंटालिटी दैट कम्स अप कि घड़ा कब भरेगा. तो घड़ा भरने से ज़्यादा फोकस ये रखना है कि हमारा जो काम है एक बूंद उस घड़े में डालने का, वो हमने आज डाला या नहीं, है ना. दैट्स दैट प्रैक्टिसिंग माइंडफुलनेस. सो द मोमेंट यू रिकग्नाइज कि now I have started adding something to my situational worry, my rational worry, which was just normal, which was just something which came up because of a situation in life, and now I've started adding something to it. So remaining mindfulness that what is it and why are you adding something to it, and at the same point of time restraining yourself that that is not required. So whenever you observe yourself going deeper, getting stuck, so just practice mindfulness and see that not all of these things require you to overanalyze or over plan all of these things. You can do your best and leave the rest. So restraining is important, and if it is situational worry or anxiety, or it's just a habit that you have created of analyzing or trying to shield everything off, then with the help of becoming mindful and not unnecessarily going in all of those directions will also change the habit over a period of time. Then apart from this, remove any kind of unnecessary stressors in your life. One of the unnecessary stressors these days are unnecessary scrolling on social media. So I'm not saying that don't go on social media, don't read newspaper, don't watch media, but the unnecessary element of it can definitely be reduced, can definitely be minimized, right? So whatever information that needs to come up, maybe for entertainment you take out 15 minutes and you just spend that much time, watch whatever you like, but after 15 minutes stop. Don't consciously remove all of those things where you recognize that this is something which is giving me stress. So remove slowly, start becoming aware of these stressors, what are the things unnecessary stressors, and remove them in your life. And in today's era there are plenty of them, and they're actually not useful. And when we realize that these are the things which are not useful, it's not very mature of us if we still continue to do all of these things. So we need to take a pause, we need to reflect upon this, whether this thing is adding something to my life, to people around me, and if it is not, you can definitely take actions to lessen these things. Apart from that, let's suppose there is something which has come up in your life where you have encountered a worrying kind of situation where you're stressed. So I'm going to share with you guys one simple exercise that you can do, is that you sit with your journal and whatever things in the situation that you're worried about, start writing about the situation very clearly, that I feel this, I'm worried about this, I'm worried that this outcome could come up, I'm worried that this thing could happen, I'm worried that I might not be able to handle this. Start defining what are the things that you're actually worried about, what are the things that you actually are feeling that you need clarity about, right? So start jotting these things down. Now see that are these things that you're worrying about are something which are in your control. Is there anything that you can do something about these situations? And if there is nothing that you can do about this situation, then you really need to ask yourself this question, that why am I actually worried about this thing then, right? And what would it take for me to drop the worry right now? What am I actually afraid of? And even if, let's suppose, the thing that I'm afraid of that happens, am I capable enough to handle it? And if I'm not capable enough currently, what can I do today to become capable enough to handle it, right? So focus on becoming capable enough to handle it. Basically, the thing is that we are not fearful about things particularly, we are more fearful about us not being able to handle those things. So come to a point where you see that you can handle, how you can handle whatever consequence that's gonna come. Okay, now second scenario where you can actually do something about the situation. Maybe you cannot do it right now, tomorrow you can do something about it, right? So what is that thing that you can do about it? How are you gonna do it? Create a visual picture. Give it a specific time, that for the next 15 minutes, let me see that what are the steps, what are the add-ons, what are the additions, what are the subtractions, how am I going to take this thing out. And once your 10 minutes are over, close the book. You have given enough time to understand, analyze. Analysis is good, planning is good. Over analysis, over planning are the things which actually start taking us, start making the rational things also irrational, and take us out just from the bubble of worry and stress and take us towards anxiety. If that is already happening with you, then I have already shared with you that you guys need to see deeper, that what are the things that are causing it, and those things need to be resolved. However, if it is just situational and you know that you can handle it, you can come out of it, it's just that till now you didn't know how to handle these things. So you are sitting with yourself, and for 10 minutes you're now figuring out what are the things you can do to handle these things. And once you have figured this out, then, like I said, close the book and you say, I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna carry on whatever I need to do, and tomorrow when this thing comes, I know what to do, I'll handle it. That is the part of building confidence, that is the part of trusting yourself and creating that kind of strength, where you know that problems will come in life. Not all the problems will be something that you know these solutions to. You may have to figure out different solutions, better solutions, new solutions, and that is what makes us grow in life. So those are some of the ways I have shared with you guys to handle your worry and stress in your daily life. But another note, that it is very, very important that you pay attention to whether it is just purely worry, purely stress, or it is something more than that. Is it situational, or is it rational? Is it irrational? Are you mixing your past constantly in it? Are you constantly lingering? Are these thoughts constantly lingering? Are you feeling it too much in your body constantly? It's not going away with the things that I have shared. Then there is more to this. Because there are very good reasons when people make this a constant in their lives, then there are very good reasons why it so happens, and it needs to be seen and resolved at a deeper level. Otherwise, with these things that I've shared today, it's not going to get resolved. It's just not going to get resolved. It's just a way to deal with regular life worry and stress. If it is coming from a different place, from the past, from a trauma, from a wound, from a painful situation, hurt, or it is causing you that kind of painful situation, hurt currently, it's not going to resolve by these things, right? So go deeper, dig deeper in that case, and heal these things, heal the causes of whatever things that are causing it. So that's from my side today on managing your worry and stress. Thank you so much for all the people for joining. A few people have questions. Varun has asked also, it's important to not dwell on things we cannot control. Of course. So if it is something that things that you cannot control anything about, then you need to take a pause, first acknowledge that this is literally something that I'm not in control of, and if yet I am too much engaged in it, I am giving it too much fuel, I'm not able to let it go, I'm sticking to it too much, then like I said, it's not just situational worry, it's not just situational daily life stress, it's more than that. It's more of a trauma, it's more of dense, absorbed, accumulated emotions speaking up. Because everybody, whether you have a secure attachment style, whether you have come to the space where you feel secure in life or you feel insecure in life, everybody goes through stress, everybody goes through worry. The only difference is that when we have these trapped emotions, suppressed emotions, unresolved past issues, patterns, limiting beliefs, and when you don't have them, the way you respond to these situations is very, very different. The way these situations are pulled, stretched, are very different, right? So the goal is not to end the issues, the goal is to move from the space where you are operating like an insecure person to a place where you are a secure person. Great. So yeah, it's very important that you do not dwell on things that are not in your control, and if you're still doing that, then it needs to be seen, and there's more awareness that needs to come. Yeah, more questions. Somebody has asked, what's Anamify? Great, thank you. Happiest engineer, thank you. Okay, so what's Anamify? So basically, Anamify is a professional organization. We are a team of relationship coaches, and we help people build happy, harmonious, and conscious relationships. Our belief is that life is all about relationships. So even though we divide it into many different areas, many different segments, but all of those segments end at relationships. Even if you want to do good in your career, want to make a lot of money, have to have good health, it's at the end related to your relationships with other people, your relationships with yourself, your relationship with life. And our idea is to help you experience beautiful, happy relationships, and we believe that it is possible for every single human being on earth to experience that is in our hands, and all of us can do that. So in many different ways we do that. We work with couples, we work with singles, we work with people who are going through divorce issues, we work with people who are going to any kind of mental challenges, mental health challenges, any kind of emotional challenges, any kind resolving their traumas, their wounds, any kind of challenges that they're facing in your life, in their lives, professional, personal, relationship related. So all of these things we do it with the help of workshops, programs. We also do retreats. We also create coaches. So we have our laser coaching certification program, which is not just for people who want to become coaches, it is also for people who want to bring transformation in their lives. So it's a very intensive transformational journey. We have spiritual study groups where we study things like Ashtavakra Mahagita, which is going right now. We have our online e-learning journeys where we have tried to make the DIY healing really, really affordable for people. Apart from that, we have singles network where singles can come together, network with each other, and those people who want to have who are interested in these things, who want to have meet people who are more committed, more serious about all of these things. We have singles club for that. So many different things that we do at Anamify, but at the end it all comes together to helping people experience happy, healthy, harmonious relationships. So that's what Anamify is about. Cool. So that's all from my side on today's session. Tomorrow we will be talking about sadness and grief. So all of you guys are welcome to join me tomorrow, and thank you so much for joining. Have a great evening ahead. Bye.